on now?
I don't know. What we're going to do today is we're going to use some stuff we've never used before. This is a 100 volt 30 amp solar charger that we purchased. It's Victron to go with everything else that we have on the boat. I love Victron's equipment. It seems to work well. It works well together. Not sponsored by them. It's just, I wanted to put some of the best equipment on the boat that I could, and Victron's it. So this is what we're using for our solar chargers. And then what we're doing also, we bought these guys, on and off circuit breakers, double pole, but we'll mount this to the wall. And then this will clip in and just hang on the wall. So we'll run a positive and negative in here, coming from the panel in, out to the solar charger. And then we'll do the same thing on the battery side, so that it'll come from the solar charger in, and then out to batteries. So these are going to go on. So that's what it will look like in the engine room. Down is off. So we'll have a port starboard. So we'll have our positive and negatives in there. So these will break out to both of our solar chargers. Then we get to use this, but it's supposedly to take this tinned wire, and we put these LC4 positive negative LC4s plugs on them, and they supposedly just clip together like this when you have them working. So my panels have a set of these on them already, so I just need to figure out which is positive, which is negative on the panels, run the wires down through, and put the right ends on them. We're going to do that, but before we get up in the heat, we're going to mount all this in the engine room, and then wire up some cabling from the batteries into my breakers. That's one set of breakers. Clips you can pull down on the bottom and remove them like that. So we'll get those mounted, one set for the batteries, one set for the solar panels, and then we'll put so it'll be kind of pseudo like this with a charger in between it. Okay, so what I'm having to think ahead is right in here, we're going to have the generator. It's probably going to come up to about here. Take up this whole area, so I really can't use this wall. This I can clean up a little bit. Let's put this down. Let's pull this down. Nice install with Starlink. So I could probably put my two controllers there. And probably put battery breakers right here.
Do you want me to get Elijah in here to help?
No. one's in. Okay. All right, those are in. So we'll bring cables down, over with these, down to the batteries. That works for me. And I've kind of been waiting to clean all this up until I got all this installed. If I put these here, that's going to be too tight, I think. I could. Never thought I'd say this, but I think I'm running out of room. Out, over, down, up. So that'll work right there. All right, so those will sit there. We'll run the wire out from both of these over to here. I'll go to the PV side. Right there will work. Okay, those are set. So now I get to come out, get some of my wonderful Klein tools my wife bought me, and some wire, and start wiring these up to here. And we'll go from there. Okay, so we're gonna measure from here over to here, and that should be enough. So we're going to cut that off. So in here, we're going positive to positive, negative to negative. That's in. This is the PV side for the solar cells. And everything I have read is hook your batteries up and turn those on before you hook up your solar cells, or turn those on. So that's why I put in these breakers. So these should be, look at that, just long enough to come over to right where I wanted them.
Actual wire strippers now. Aren't you bougie?
It's just because I got made fun of. positive. Okay.
Totally dig your new hat.
You like my hat?
Yeah.
Sounds like one of my favorite books. Go Dog Go.
So I know you bought these before we converted the boat to 50 amp power. Does that make a difference that these are 30 amp?
It does not. The 30 amp on here says how many amperage is coming in from the panels. So I could actually have a 5 amp version of this and it'd be okay, as long as my panels would handle it. What I do is hit the programming of them when I power them up. I tell them what the batteries are, the absorption rate, the charge rate, and the voltage. And that's what makes them work correctly. Also tie those together. Make those a little curtier. Bring these up here like this. This is my first time playing with solar, so don't take what I'm doing, like poke your head in with wire, as gospel. There's many different ways to do this. This is just how I am doing it in this particular installation. So and we're going to come back with a label maker and label all this on what goes where when I finally get it in its final configuration. Okay, so those are hooked up. So now we'll take this and this from here. Here, like that, should work fine. Battery positive. Okay. So, we'll take this through here, like this, like that, Very good. As I'm trying not to touch what's above me here, because this is a 24 to 12 volt step down converter that powers our 12 volt panel, but this thing, one of the lines has unlimited amperage coming in, and this will produce 70 amps going out, so it's enough to light my life up a little bit, so I'm trying to be a little on the careful side.
You want me to turn the switch off?
No. Why would I want that? Of course, I'm working right by the 110 AC panel that's 50 amps and the 24 volt DC panel and the 12 volt switch for the motor. Good times. Okay, so these are all wired up. So now what I think I need to do, figure out how much wire I need from here to run down into my battery posts. And then I can put these on, and then hook the batteries up, close all that up. Then we can drill a hole in the boat. Alright, now I'll go hook these two wires up to those breakers in the engine room. Then we'll see what's next.